Do. Oh, what dramatic music this time. Nothing better than dramatic music for dramatic programming and a dramatic live stream. Very dramatic. Let's pause this for a second. And let's have a nice conversation about Project Vooperia, which currently is not at all functioning. I'm just going to say a disclaimer beforehand. The first 20, 30 minutes of this is going to be fixing stuff because I am changing so much to make this game work better. However, I guess it's kind of working. It's just there's stuff that isn't working and there's the stuff that is working. It says there's one watt. There we go, 52. That makes more sense. Also, today we're gonna change up how we do the music because, like, I've had the same thing going for like forever with my little YouTube playlist, but technically I am licensed to use any music within Monster Cat. So you want a song? Request the song. But it has to be under Monster Cat because I actually have the right to it without, like, getting copyright claimed. So, with that, I'll wait for someone to suggest something there. I can start off with, you know, what's a good thing to set the mood? I'll turn on Fall to Light because, you know, that's NCS. You know what? They won't copyright claim me. It's literally no copyright sounds. Here we go. So yeah, let's get started and let's look at what we've got going. Now, there are some crashes and bugs and stuff because I'm changing things. Send me and I'll use it, Ethostine. So let's talk about this. Things are very different than last time. Actually, let's use a full build. There's no reason not to. There are a few bugs, and that's because I've changed things over to be much faster and more efficient and beautiful, but that doesn't mean that everything is a-okay. It means that I have to redo a lot. And today, I am going to be announcing that this game is no longer going to be blocky. The reason I wanted to do a dev stream today is this is going to be a huge moment for this game. I am moving over to the marching cubes algorithm, which is going to mean doing a bit of research on stream. Sorry, guys. We've got to do a lot of stuff today. Marching cubes means that things are going to be smooth rather than blocky. They're going to look like 7 Days to Die or Space Engineers or any of those other games that have smooth terrain. I have actually done smooth terrain in the past. I didn't make it very clean though. So every terrain block such as grass, sand, stone, it's all going to be smooth. You're still going to use blocks to build. It's going to be a mixed system of blocks and smooth terrain. So that is the gist of it. That's what's changing, but there's a few bugs that I have to get rid of before I do that. And after all the bugs are gone, I'm actually going to be packaging a release of this to be open sourced. Because so much is going to be changed too. Now, I'm not going to open source it until I'm a few versions ahead so that no one steals my project. But I will be open sourcing this part of the game, most likely, this point of development. Because from here, this game could go in a few different directions, and I don't want to murder any ideas for directions. You could keep it blocky at this point, and it's a pretty nice engine I've built here, so I feel like I should probably let other people use it if I'm going to change it radically. So that's that. That's my first point is that yes, a lot's going to be changing from now on. I have made my roadmap for 2018. I've written down everything I want to get done. Looks like we have a little bit of water not unloading. or it's not water not unloading, it is the mesh is not being cleared, but that can be fixed. It looks like giant underwater caverns. But that's not really a bug. The bug of the day is boop. Yep, because the detail map is not having a correct prefab connection, but it should still break if I break the block under it. No. Nope. It is not a, that makes, actually, that tells me a lot more about the problem at hand. The fact that oh. Yeah, so we have a problem here. This is an issue. And we're going to track it down. That's number one. We're gonna fix this detail layer issue. The first way to do that is to get a stack trace. Thanks, man. So we'll throw on some of this in a minute. And you know, we'll throw it on now, because I'm a nice person. And here's some music from Ethostine, who's got 203 followers on SoundCloud. I feel like we're going back into an 8-bit world. This is a little bit too intense for this, but we're gonna go ahead with it. Okay, so let's get our stack trace. This may be a little bit too loud. Ah! Yep. Yep, that's too loud. Okay. Oh no, I'm being attacked by music. Why? Why does this happen to me? There we go, that's a little bit more manageable. Shameless advertising, it's my man Ethostine, if you want to go check him out. Ethostine, not Ethostine. Jeez, not Einstein. I sign. But you can go check him out. He's making this music, which I may or may not include in my game, and steal it from him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Click! Crash. Yes, that's what we wanted to happen. There's my profiler. I did a lot of optimization. The game runs at about 200 FPS now, average, which is good. I don't want it to run like PUBG, so optimization has been something I've really been paying attention to. But yeah, ignoring all this, because this is not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on getting rid of a bug. Here is the line that we're throwing an error on, and it's a null reference exception, which means something here doesn't exist at the time that I call it, which is probably chunk. Where are we getting chunk? Chunk is the hit object. The hit object is hit.collider.getComponentChunk. I know why this is a problem, because when we are hitting this object, we are not going to get a chunk component. Let me explain why. Now, something fun about programming is you can find issues that you made, and you don't find them until you actually test them. But these are not actually in the chunk object. These are a separate layer called the detail layer. So if I move this, I can move this separate from the chunk. And, looking at these, they're all rendered differently, too. It's so that the player doesn't run into them. But when we click this, we need a reference to the chunk object. Very simple fix. All we have to do is, instead of... Oh no! Oh god, it's not yours. Okay, so I'm stealing people's music now. Great. Wow, you have a lot of music, man. Go to your main profile. Is this your main profile? I am not looking at the chat at the moment. I will go check on that super chat in a second. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Where should I start? Just click on one there. Undying Bloodlust. That sounds fun. Oh, that's what I was just listening to. Next. In the track lab. Okay, we're gonna figure this out in a second. First, we're going to go check out that super chat. Hey, Ping Wang, thanks for the $1 super chat. See ya in the chat, man. Okay, so now that that's out of the way. In the track lab, I don't use SoundCloud, tracks. in the track tab, not I thought you said lab. Steam profile. Who cares about my Steam profile? Okay, so now I can play stuff. Yeah, okay. Or let's do Halloweeny. That's pretty chill. Okay, we'll be chill. Okay, back to programming. So instead of doing hit.collider, let's do hit.transform.parent.gameObject. Now what this is going to do is this is going to hit dot hit dot hit dot. How about that? That's gonna work. Okay. There's a meme track in there. Okay. There we are. That's all set. Okay, this isn't high energy enough. No, this is... How about this? This is giving me some Undertale vibes, I'll be honest. Okay, so this should work now. It is? Am I stealing music? Oh no. Okay, something went wrong here too. Oh, wow, look at my very, very, very impressive error handling here, where I literally just catch the exception and throw it. That's the laziest thing I've ever done. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of the try catch block. It literally does nothing. That's embarrassing. Okay, we're ignoring that. Technically a cover. Got it, man. Yeah, I just ran a debug run accidentally. So let's do this again without the worst exception handling I've ever written. Okay, skip. Yeah, I can see that. So which ones have you personally made, and which ones are like covers? I can't tell, so I'm, okay, there we go. Here's this object reference not sent to an object. Chunk, get block and chunk is using chunk. We're gonna have to follow the stack trace. Welcome to how to be a criminologist in code. Something here is the criminal. Something in here is the criminal, and we need to track it down. So let's figure out where the murder was taking place. The murder took place right here. Which means that there's only one thing that can really be null here, which is chunk. Yeah, I can tell, man. So, if chunk is null, where was it called from? Oh god. world.getBlock 142. World.getBlock, so this is where it was called. And then it went down further. This is get chunk cxcycz. Something's wrong. CX, CYCZ, XYZ, 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 new vector 3I, XYZ, return get block in chunk, and something here is null for some reason. Oh, I think I know the problem. That's gotta be it. Okay, where was this called the first time? Block Rasta on update. So block Rasta on update is right here. We have vector 3, this block position, and this. That's not what I care about. What I care about is if we're doing this scaled to a chunk, 0 to 16, or scaled to the world, which is negative infinity to positive infinity. And we went through everything he wanted us to. So let's go check if anyone had any music suggestions that were legal. I'm not sure if anyone actually said anything though. Do-do, do-do-do, do-do. Any monster cameos? No. No, possibly not. Let's just quickly, let's see. See, I just have to make sure that it doesn't accidentally skip to a song that I don't have rights to. That's the trick. But if we, what is this, best of 2012 or best of 2015, 2013, 2016, that's last year. We could go for that. Although, I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but... I know this song. There we go. Let's go. Okay, so... what we need to do is we have to find where this was called from. Now, on update is called from one place. It's not that hard to find, too, because it's literally one place. We at the bottom of my chunk code, we have chunk random update event. It selects a random chunk. And this is the problem here. It's 0 to 16. And all we have to do is do x plus chunk x times 16 in this, opposed to what it was before, scales it to world space because it adds the chunk's position. So now instead of looking for a chunk that isn't loaded and is across the world, it's going to look for the correct block. I've scaled everything from chunk space to world space to make everything simpler in the long run, but there's a few bits I haven't gotten changed yet, which we are doing right now. We into the ocean! Okay, at the bottom of the ocean. Very sad. Very, very sad. We're gonna just start a new world because I don't want to be in the ocean. Pay attention to your fans. Yes. I am trying to get the boring part done so that we can do the exciting experimental change part. A lot of games use raycasting or hit scanning, but I feel like projectiles are more fun because if you wanted to be fancy, you could actually add wind physics and stuff, and you could make snipers so that you actually have to factor in the distance you're shooting. You could do that with a raycast and fake the projectile too. Raycasting is certainly faster because there's no physical object it has to keep track of, but projectiles are going to give you that little bit of fun. If you miss your shot, you can have the bullet bounce off. You just have to make sure to use a object pool so that you reuse your objects instead of just spawning in a ton, because that will cause your memory to be used up very quickly. And we have another thing we've got going on here where this line is throwing us an error. Yeah, I just paid attention to that super chat. Jeez. Gosh. Yeah. Dot root. We're gonna do root here. Get component chunk. Is that going to work? Please work. No problem, man. Honestly, with the level that recent shooters have been on, as long as you add something original, you're doing fine. Because every shooter is exactly the same lately. Newsflash. Something's wrong here too. Where are we calling this? Block break script. Now the block break script is right here. Break block. Do 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 do. Chunk.setBlock XYZ. Set block for chunk XYZ. Those X, Y, and Z should not be world space scaled. Are these world space scaled? No, they aren't. They're chunk space. That's correct. So where is it going wrong? It's always a question of searching and magic. So, where could it possibly going wrong? Let's start at the beginning. Not that far into the beginning. That's when the game started. Chunk set block update block neighbors. That's gotta be it. That's the problem. I thought I had everything else fixed. Where is update block neighbors? Do notify load, notify direct. I can talk. Where is notify block neighbors? I can spell. Nope, that's not right. What is it? Update block neighbors. Oh, wait, no, it's update block neighbors, not notify. There it is. That's it right there. So this has to be X. Okay. Got it. And then this has to be scaled properly. Okay. So this is gonna be fun. We're just gonna hug all these in parentheses before we start. And then it's just gonna be a bit of copy, paste, all that fun. Scaling to world space means that things are more universal and I don't have to check what it is every time. But it also means that we need to throw in a little bit of extra math when we're not doing things world spaced. Because chunks obviously deal with chunk space. So if we do this, and then we just have to add that to every X. Now, obviously, this isn't the most fun thing to do ever, and it's probably not the most exciting to watch either. Well, this is pretty much a programming stream, so I guess it wasn't going to be exciting in the first place. But apparently 50 of you... Yes, I do have a PayPal. So, let's just add all of our extras to our Ys. And then Z is going to be our final one, and we'll know if we did anything wrong, because if we did something wrong, every line won't be the exact same length. They should be the same length by the time I'm done. See, these are the same length, and then... Yes, this is a lot of, Actually, this is really inefficient, and I'm going to tell you why. We're creating 6 vector 3s that are exactly the same. Instead, what we could do... I accidentally added that twice there. But we're actually just gonna we're gonna fix this because we're doing the same thing 6 times, so we can say vector 3 this position equals that, and then I can actually get rid of a ton of work for the processor by just replacing all of these with this position. Shoot, what have I done? Oh, vector 3i. There we go. I've made multiple mistakes here. There's a thingy here. There we go. And then we just do this for each one. And that makes it 1/6 of the work for the processor, which, when we're dealing with things like making vector 3s, no, it doesn't use much, but it adds up when things are happening millions of times. But this is a much cleaner way to do it. I'm not gonna put that in the description, because I don't want anything to happen in that email, but if you look into my, I do have a public email, though, you can message me on, and I'll give you it through that. And that's just, if you click on the About on my channel page, you can get my, business email, which, once again, I'm not gonna post it because I don't want to get spammed. I've made the mistake of making an email public before, and it gets really messy. Really quick. You would not believe how many people will sign you up for random things just to spam you. But this is looking pretty good here now, and this should not crash. There's probably more problems that I'm not aware of, and we're probably going to run into them within the next, like, 10 seconds. But that's part of the fun of it. Why did it do that? What the heck, Unity? Oh, no, don't crash on me. Oh, there it goes. Hey, man. Okay. So now we're just gonna boop. And boop. Totally not something I am. That is actually something I'm going to do in the future. But I've been holding off on that because I'm planning on scaling the chunks of something different at some point. Although I guess it wouldn't really make a difference. I guess there's no reason to keep it how it is. I will actually change that out. That makes more sense. And we just need to find a new biome because there's no grass in the desert. Or there's no grass in this desert. Don't correct me, guys. Jeez. Honestly, I was so excited to program in biomes. I was like, oh my god, I can do so much stuff. Look at this. I could give them all plants and make them all different and make them wonderful. And then I realized that it's so repetitive adding things like plants and stuff because it's the same thing over and over with a different texture. It's very easy in something like this to hit creative burnout where you go for like a few hours and then you're just like, I can't do any more of this. Too repetitive. And this is gonna crash too if I do this, isn't it? No, it worked. Aha, did it give me the grass though? I don't think it did. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, is it supposed to give me the grass? I don't think it is. No. That's only for, well, I can actually check the code to see if it's supposed to. I have block tall grass somewhere in here. Block grass, block high grass. There it is. Do I actually drop it on update if it's deleted and update the chunk? Local versa world.setBlock. Okay, yeah. So it's not supposed to. It's only if you directly break it that it drops it. Got it. Okay, looks good. Hey, look at that! We fixed a bug. It's gone. That's one down. Bugs are fun to squash. To celebrate, I will build a pyramid. Okay, ready? This is the first pyramid built in this game. Very proud. It's going to be a great pyramid, except I'm going to be one block short. Yep, let's just get the last bit. Bam! Look at that pyramid. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? And let's just hit T. We're going to use that as a sundial. Watch as the shadow goes across. For those of you who haven't seen this before, you'll probably like the day-night cycle. Wee. Shadows. And sunset. And night. And there's the moon. But you know what we could actually do for the top of the pyramid that would make it look really cool? We can do a light block. That's water. That's a shovel. What did I... That's the light block. There we go. Oh, no! Aw, light block. Ah, of course I need to reprogram you, too. Everything special needs to be redone. Where are you? Come on, that was gonna look cool. Now I gotta redo my, pyramid. How dare you? Block glow. There you are. What's up, man? What's going on? It's not you. It's me. Because it's literally not you. Because you inherit from the block light class. This is where the magic is done. Okay. So... do I want to deal with this? This is gonna take a while to do. This is part of the fun. Get chunk from block position. World.get chunk from block position. Get... Get block from... Oh man, looking through my own code. Get chunk, not get block. Ah! Okay, get chunk from block position. Get chunk from... There we are. So what's wrong? Oh, that's what's wrong. Oh wait. No. Yes. Okay, something's wrong. Something's wrong with this. But that looks right. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the problem. There's the problem. See, one letter makes all the difference. One letter makes all the difference. Yeah, very funny, man. I haven't even saved. You could have just ruined so much work. Nah, I'm joking. I have auto-saving on. I'm not gonna make that mistake. Why are you going a little bit... Oh! Hey, you know what? The problem's in a different place now. Get... Oh, jeez. Well, at least it's a really, really simple bit of code that's run here. It doesn't really make it challenging. Yeah, okay. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. So the question at hand is, where are we going wrong? 479. 479. Region dictionary X Y Z C Y C C X C Y C Z. But you're saying that doesn't exist. Why? Oh. Oh. We have to go back. Marty, we gotta go back. I just made a movie reference in the middle of a programming stream. Congratulations to me. No, I see what we need to do. Okay, so when it goes here, we have to go back, as I said. We have to go all the way back to chunk.setBlock. So let's take a look at chunk.setBlock. I hope there's nothing wrong here. That's used all the time. What we need to look for is onPlaced. OnPlaced. So when does it run onPlaced? Unbroken, onPlaced. X, X, Y, Y, Z, Z. That's correct. So then we gotta go to block light onPlaced. That's gonna run that, X, Y, Z. And then that's gonna find the chunk. Okay. Logic. Get chunk from block position. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z is going to be scaled to the world, so that's not the problem. That was returning a real thing. But it wasn't within the region. So that's worrying. Chunk.spawn game object, blah 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 blah. Where's the actual error being thrown again? Yeah, I meant before that. Thanks, Unity. Get chunk from block position. 479. 479, which we're here. 479. Is that right? X, X, Y, Y, Z, Z. Huh. Okay, so we fixed this. We saved it, so it did compile. So I have to go back one more step because that's not wrong. So blocklight.onPlaced. Blocklight onPlaced. So we looked through this. This all looked good. And then that goes to chunk.setBlock. What? What? Okay, so this is an interesting one. I actually am not seeing the problem immediately. However, this is using old code. So we're gonna change this. So that shifts it, and CY equals Y4, that shifts Y, CZ equals Z shift, and then we need to do X. Oh, what's the symbol? Right, I'm gonna go back just to make sure I have it right. Yeah, and this is just a fancy, fast bit shifting way to do stuff. Looks good. If everything is broken in 2 seconds. Oh, no, everything's working. Does normal block breaking work? Yes. Oh, look how nice those leaves look. They actually look like bumpy. I love that. I love the effect. So what wasn't working? Lights. Where's my lights? There's my lights. Crash. Boop. What do you mean is outside of the array? That's not okay. Okay. So we may have a slight problem here because this goes way deeper into my code than I wanted it to. I am now concerned. Where is the concern at? It's because this is wrong. It shouldn't be wrong. World 479. There's got to be something wrong within this or the other one. So, I'm gonna place my bets on... I looked at this like 3 times though. So this bit shifts. That. 16. This bit shifts that 16. It does it twice. What the actual heck, man? Why is it not... I've got that within a try-catch, so... Doesn't it not say key for oh, because it's not a key not found exception. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so... Look like 18. Well, that leaves one more thing. Why would onPlaced not be giving us the correct numbers? Base.onPlaced isn't giving us the trouble. The trouble is once we are going chunk equals blah 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 blah. What are we using the chunk for anyways? Do we even have to do this? No. Not... Ah, darn it. So close. Thought I could just get rid of that line. That would have been the most lazy fix ever. Okay. Yeah. So, when it comes to it, we do have an issue, and it's further into the code than I'd like it to be. It's tracing all the way back to here. I always have to check that I've got everything in order, because that's the most common mistake I make. But this seems to be more advanced than I want it to be. So... instead... to get the region, it's going to be the chunk X, the chunk Y, and the chunk C bit shifted. But when we're doing this get chunk from block position, we're getting block coordinates. But are we? Yes, we are. We definitely are. And these are being bit shifted into chunk coordinates, which basically just means divided except when it goes under that, it doesn't return a 0, it returns -1, which is what we need. And then we bit shift the chunk position to region, which should give us the correct answer. But it's not. It's going out of range. So what we're going to do, because we're such creative people, is we're just gonna have it say what's wrong. So at world, that's not the exception. We're not gonna be that lazy. You know what? We're gonna be slightly less lazy than that. We're gonna go to we're actually gonna go to the region. And at get chunk, we're gonna do try, just wrap it around a try catch system dot exception e. I need to remember to get rid of this later. And then logger log to console log mode dot, we'll do debugging chunk not found at, and then we're gonna do x plus nothing plus y plus nothing plus z, and then log type dot critical, because this is a critical error. And if that happens, we're just gonna return null. Which should prevent a crash. Well, no, it's just gonna throw a different error then. Okay, now we just have to go up here, grab our light bulb, and plop it down. It's gonna crash, but this time it's gonna give us something important, which is that we have -1. How are we returning -1? We shouldn't be getting -1. Now that, my friends, is an issue. But why? So let's go back to the beginning. Because something is very wrong. It's going into the negative, which means it's going under 0. Well, yeah, duh, that's how it works. That's how math works. However, that shouldn't be possible. Have no fear, we will figure this out. So the story starts in chunk, where this happens, and then this happens. That's all correct. And this is... This may not be the only place where it happens, though. Is chunk.onPlaced called anywhere else? This is the only place in all the code where onPlace is called, and that's how it should be. But is this correct? Chunk x plus y times 16 plus z times 256. The onPlaced x plus chunk x times 16, that is correct. Y plus chunk y times 16, that is correct. Z plus chunk z times 16, then the player. That is all correct. Are we ignoring the placement here? No, because then it wouldn't have been called. So that forces us to go into block light dot on placed. Here the normal code is run that is done on placed. And then chunk is equal to local variables dot world dot get chunk from block position. X, Y, Z. Our X, Y, and Z are world coordinates. And they're getting sent to the world. Get chunk from block position, X, Y, Z, which is bit shifting everything. But it's wrong. But it is wrong. This is fairly concerning. Am I getting problems in other bits of code too? Because that's a lot of code that's duplicated all over the place. If I'm getting edge case errors, I'm gonna have to reprogram a lot of stuff. Although I wasn't on the edge of the chunk that other time, so that can't be the problem. There is a number that is not coming across correctly. However, I'm fairly confident I can figure it out. I just want to make sure that we don't have any edge case errors, and to do that, we just have to hit the edge of a chunk. So, going straight up is the easiest way to do it. We should... Oh! Yeah, we've got an issue, don't we? Is this the edge of the chunk? Huh. Okay, so we actually do have a problem. A bigger problem than I initially thought. So that's obviously the top of the chunk, which we can prove by clicking here. Yep, that's where a new chunk starts. Or is it? What is going on? Oh, it's static, so I can't move it. Yeah, just let me move that. Okay, yeah, so that is where it goes to a new chunk. So the question is, where was it placing that block? Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to do much further insight into what's going on there, because that's actually a major problem. Has to do with the bit shifting. Something is not going properly. But we did fix one bug, so I think we're gonna call that successful for now, and then we're gonna have to squash the other ones later. So guys, thank you for watching the dev stream. We did not get into as much as I wanted to, but you know, life. More, you kill one bug, 5 more pop up. That's just how it works. But look at that great Wii. This is completely normal. That's exactly how a chunk should look. It's beautiful. See you all next time. Isn't that great water there? Look at that. Thankfully you don't see that. You see this. Beautiful, beautiful water. Bye.